Breaking news to bring you from Chelsea. Let's get to our chief correspondent, Kaveh Solokol at Stamford Bridge. Kaveh.
Yes, I was telling you a few minutes ago that there'd been a breakthrough in talks for Nicolas Jackson to move from Chelsea to Bayern Munich. And my colleagues at Sky in Germany have just been speaking to Nicolas Jackson's agent. Well, one of the agents who's brokering this deal. His name is Ali Barat, and this is what he's got to say. He says, yes, it's true. The deal was off yesterday evening. Since today, the clubs are negotiating again. We hope for a solution because Nicolas Jackson is ready for FC Bayern Munich. We are fighting until the end for this deal. So that corresponds with what we've been telling you. Initially, the two clubs had agreed a deal. There was a loan plus an option. But then Liam Delap was injured here on Saturday, and Chelsea said we cannot go ahead with a loan plus an option. We need Nicolas Jackson back. They phoned his representatives, they phoned Bayern Munich. They said Nicolas Jackson has to come back to Chelsea. He's a Chelsea player. Of course, he didn't want to do that. He's staying in Munich. He has been pushing and pushing for this deal to go through. Yesterday, we were telling you the only way this deal will go through is if Bayern Munich relent and instead of a loan plus an option, agree to a permanent deal or a loan plus an obligation. And this afternoon, there has been a breakthrough in talks. And I'm being told that Bayern Munich are now willing to consider that loan plus obligation element, which means Ali Barat and Nicolas Jackson are now really, really hopeful that he is going to get his dream move to Bayern Munich.
Thank you, Kaveh.
Woo-hoo-hoo. I saw your eyebrows raised for that one, Mersh. Just when you thought they were out, they pull you back in.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm amazed no one's coming for Nicolas Jackson.
Really?
I honestly, how Newcastle have not gone after him, I do not know. You know, they've gone and bought the lad from Germany who we don't. I don't know what's going to happen. I've never really seen him play. Never played in the Premier League. Different game. You're buying someone, Nicolas Jackson. He's a handful. He's a handful. He made Palmer as good as Palmer made him, in my opinion. They worked as a pair. He made runs. He found him. He made space. Aston Villa don't look like scoring a goal for toffee. You know, there's deals to be done. I'm flabbergasted. This lad has not gone anywhere. And in this day and age, if this was a few years back, they'd have gone get home and he'd have gone, I'm coming. Now they're going, I ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's the way it is, and it's changed. But I think he's a bit rough, but I'm shocked that he's not gone anywhere else. Don't get me wrong, he's got a lovely move to Bayern Munich, amazing club, but everybody wants to play in the Premier League.
Christian, take us behind the scenes of this one, because Chelsea said, we're not, the deal's off. Nicolas Jackson, come back home, back to Chelsea. You're still our player. And now he's not their player? Like, how, from behind the scenes, does this work from a Chelsea point of view?
Well, I think it's a really good example, and we're seeing it in almost every deal. And it's kind of Merson myself. There's the business aspects of running these clubs, and there's the pure footballing matters.
Right.
From a business standpoint, it's quite clear that Chelsea plan to have that player leave to generate income, reduce wages, drive capital, all of the above. That's a business decision, which worked from a football standpoint until, pure football problem, bloke does a hamstring on Saturday, oh my God, we haven't got cover. So, you know, in my experience, the manager rings me and says, oh, Christian, for goodness sake, you've let Jackson go, you know, Liam's done his hammy, we need cover. Panic reaction, call him, tell him he ain't going. That's what happened.
Right.
But then the cool heads kick in and say, yeah, but actually, we have budgeted for that reduction in our salary bill, or we've budgeted for that capital inflow. And my suspicion is in the last 24 hours, other people have got into that conversation. Are you sure? Leaving aside Paul's point, which is the player, absolutely he's gone.
Yeah.
You know, he's gone. He's there. He's on the plane. He does not think he's playing for Chelsea ever again. So my suspicion is, having looked at all of that, player wants to go. The finances say if we can resurrect this deal, so it seems they've now pulled in a football solution. Is it as good a solution as keeping Jackson? Probably not. But football's about compromise. They fix the football problem, get their financial objectives sorted, player goes, everybody's happy. That's how it looks to me. But it all happens in real time, and you have to be cool-headed as you look at those different priorities and ultimately come down one way or another.
It's a fine tightrope to walk, isn't it? Merce, we've got about 20 seconds. Tell us your best deal of the window so far, or maybe a potential deal of the window.
I would say Mark Gahey for me. If they can get Mark Gahey, I think it just ticks every box for Liverpool. And as Christian said, they would be the team to catch.
Yeah, wow. What a team they're going to be if they